Hi everybody, I just wanted to make this quick video today just to talk to you guys about suffering in silence and how devastating that can be to a person when they keep everything bottled up and silenced inside. So I have realized in the last 9 years that even though I've been in recovery and have been feeling relatively good about myself, aside from some bad days here and there, that where I wasn't public with my story and where I kept it inside and kept this secret from everybody, that I was still allowing the eating disorder to have a bit of hold on me. And so I feel really like I've got some serious freedom now that I've shared my story and made it public and have put myself out there to be judged or people be confused or to have people wonder what the heck I'm talking about. And the last couple of days, I just can't shake this suffering in silence out of my mind. And one of the biggest things that I've realized was I've reconnected actually with a gal that I worked with about 9 years ago when I would have been at the height of my eating disorder heading into recovery. And we've had some talks about staying silent because it's come to light between the two of us that actually we were both suffering from eating disorders. And I can't stop thinking to myself, what a missed opportunity for us to have shared something very special and to have been each other's support and to have understood what each other's going through. Because I can tell you, going through my eating disorder, my biggest thing is I didn't think that anyone understood what I was going through. No one got the thoughts. No one got what it was like to starve myself. No one got what it was like to wake up in the morning and to panic when the scale was 1 pound heavier, and what I had to do in the day to lose the 1 pound, and to panic anytime I saw food. I didn't think anyone would get that, and especially people in my inner circle. And so I stayed silent, and I didn't want people to know that my world was crashing inside. Yet I was working alongside a girl at the same time almost every day, and she was doing the exact same thing. And the silence robbed us of what could have been and what bond we could have had and what support we could have been for each other. And I just can't stop thinking about it. It just made me realize that I know I'm not the only person that's suffering in silence, and it's taken me 9 years to get a voice and to speak out about having this disorder and what it's done to myself and how it's still shaped my life 9 years later. And I just know that this is why I'm doing these videos, that there needs to be a voice, and people need to be assured that it's okay to speak out and it's okay to reach out for help, and it doesn't have to be as public as I'm doing, but just to allow yourself to say out loud, I have an eating disorder, or I suffer from anxiety, or whatever it is. It's so important, because the more that we're silent, the more that we keep this cycle going. And I know that or I know now for sure that I thought being silent was my only option. I honestly did. I thought that that it was the only thing I could do was stay silent, and it eventually would go away or would go far enough back in my life that it wouldn't matter, and that people would think that I was crazy to have gone through what I did. And I just can't. I felt like that was my only option, was to stay silent. And I'm realizing now that I didn't do anyone any favors by staying silent and not being honest, and that by staying silent, nobody wins, and no one is going to get through inner battles being silent about them. And I think that's one of the hardest things that I've realized about the last 9 years, where I've looked healthy and I maintained a healthy weight, yet I still have struggled. And so on the outside, I look completely put together and I look like I have everything going, and yet inside some days I'm completely crumbling, and I'm silent about that, and I don't let people know about it. And so I want to send out so much love to everyone that is suffering in silence right now and feels like they don't have a voice and that people don't understand them. And I mean, all I can think about is I worked with a girl several days a week, hours on end, and we passed each other all the time. We talked to each other all the time, and we were both suffering in silence. And I know she's not the only one that I worked with that, or came across, or was friends with, that suffered with me, alongside of me, and we could have been an amazing support to each other, but the silence robbed us of that. And so I want to encourage people to speak out and to be there for each other and to allow the silence to be broken, because until we break the silence, um, it's always going to be there and we're going to keep suffering from it. And I just wanted to send out this love to everyone that I know, what it's like to be in silence for 9 years and how exhausting it can be and how it can be so incredibly tough and overwhelming and alone, and it feels like the loneliest journey on the world, and it's not. There's probably people right beside you that are suffering the same battle. So I just am encouraging everyone to break the silence and to be there for each other, and to um, allowing the chains to be released and the freedom to be there. And I can't explain to you how much even the last 10 days have been amazing with doing that. So much love to everyone. I thank you guys so much for watching my videos and to continue to encourage me and to come forward with your own stories. And I am so overwhelmed. So please share these videos, get them out there. If I can be a voice to someone suffering in silence, I know I've done enough. And I just thank you guys all so much. Much love.